Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Today I want to talk about something that is going to make every single one of your trades better. Wow, what a big promise that is, but it's actually true. And that is to only trade liquid options. Now, what does that mean and how do we measure that? Well, liquidity is simply a measure of how much you can trade without you being the person to actually move the market. Like if the market is a dollar bid at $1.05, and you want to buy 50 at $1.05, and when you put in a bid to buy at $1.05, you get filled on 5 of them, and now the offer is $1.20. Wow, well, it's not really easy to trade that. It's not easy to get a fill, and if you have that hard of a time getting in, you're going to have a harder time getting out, and you usually lose money on illiquid options like that. So what are the best ways to measure liquidity? Well, there's a few different ways. One of the best ones, especially for smaller traders, is what I call the 10% rule. The 10% rule is basically taking the bid and then multiplying it times 1.1, adding 10% to it. So the offer should not be more than 10% higher than the bid. Let's look at an example. So this is Amazon. Now, one of the things when it comes to liquidity, you would think that stocks that are in major indexes are very liquid. So I pulled up a list of the Dow 30 stocks, Amazon, of course, being alphabetically at the top. We'll look at that one first. Here's the bid. That's $2.36. What's 10% of $2.36? Well, it's about 24 cents. So if I add 24 cents to 237, that would be, what does that come out to? 251. So 240 is less than 251, so that's in compliance. It's less than 10% higher. If we go out to a longer term expiration, maybe a little more out of the money, this is 315 bid. 10% of 315 is 32 cents. Add 32 cents to that. That would be $3.47. The actual offer is 325, less than 347, so that is in compliance. Well, if we look at some other stocks in the Dow 30, and I can just pull that list over here, look at some other stocks in the Dow 30. Let's take like, I don't know, how about Travelers Insurance, TRV? TRV. Well, let's start here. This is, the bid is $2.95. So 10% of $2.95 is about 30 cents. I add 30 cents to that. That is $3.25. Oh, the offer is $3.30. That's greater than $3.25. So this is not in compliance. Now look at this one, that's 50 cents. 10% more than that is 55 cents. The offer is 65 cents. That is not in compliance. That means I'm going to have a hard time getting in and out of these options. And that means that I'm more likely to lose money on these wide bid-ask spreads. Now, there are other ways to measure the liquidity of options, and we'll talk about those in a future video. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.